Hi everyone, I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we're the lawyers at Verity Law.
Wow, Sabrina, it's been a whole year since we started doing these YouTube videos.
Yeah, we're so glad that we're making law simple, easy, and practical for our viewers. Now, with 2023 coming to a close, what can our family and small business clients expect for next year?
First, let's start with some updates in real estate. Unfortunately, starting in 2024, clients can no longer sign documents virtually unless they pass an ID verification or they choose to wire transfer all funds to the law firm.
What is an ID verification?
It's a process during which an inspection company, like Treefort, examines the client's identity. They will require the client to use a phone with a camera so that they can compare the client's facial features with their government-issued IDs. If they require further verification, they will also ask the clients about their most recent bank transactions to prove their identity.
But what if the clients are foreign and do not have a Canadian bank account?
Then chances are the verification process will fail and the clients will need to figure out a way to come sign the documents with their real estate lawyer in person.
Okay. Well, you mentioned there's another way, which is to do wire transfer. What does that mean?
Well, the purpose of this new rule is to ensure that there is no money laundering, meaning the Law Society just needs to be able to verify where the money came from. So if the clients are able to transfer the funds using a wire transfer, which clearly identifies the sender of the funds, then it's okay. If you can wire transfer, then you can still sign everything virtual, no need to come in person.
Okay, so while that's more work, at least the clients still have options. They can either come in person to sign, complete the ID verification process, or just use wire transfer to send all the funds.
Exactly. And now that our office has finished the renovations, we eagerly invite everyone to our office to sign in person and see our new space if that's what you require.
Oh, that sounds good.
On to our next update. Sabrina, I heard that it's possible for mortgage interest rates to go down next year. If that becomes a reality, what should our clients do to prepare?
Well, the main thing is to look out for any prepayment penalty. When you sign a mortgage commitment, there is an expiry date on the agreement. So for instance, Jane signed a commitment that expires on June 1st, 2024. If mortgage interest rate drops and she wants to switch to another mortgage with lower interest rate before June 1st, then she will need to pay prepayment penalties with her old bank.
Okay, so it's not worth it then to switch.
Yeah, Jane must first crunch the numbers and ask her banker to calculate how much is her prepayment penalties. If she ends the contract early, for instance, her penalties could be $30,000 and her new mortgage is only 0.05% lower in interest, then in that case, it's not worth it.
True, but if her penalty was only $2,000 and the new mortgage rate was, say, 1% lower, then it would be worth it. So it really all depends, I guess.
For sure. Another thing to remember is that selling your house before your mortgage expiry is also considered breaching your mortgage contract, meaning there will also be prepayment penalties.
I see. So it would be the same if Jane decided to switch her mortgage on June 1st, 2024, and if she decided to sell her property on that same date. In both cases, she would pay $30,000 of interest penalties, for example.
Yeah. So please ensure you crunch the numbers before you decide to switch to a new mortgage or sell your property, so you know exactly how much penalties you are paying. And take that into account when you're making your decision.
Good to know. Our next update is for our small business owners. A new law came out in 2021 which requires annual returns to be filed using a different corporate system.
First of all, John, what are annual returns?
Those are returns or updates that all Canadian corporations must file with the government on a yearly basis.
Okay, so what if they don't file the returns on time?
Well, in that case, the company could be fined anywhere from $2,000 to $25,000. The company would be prohibited from going to court and starting any litigation until the returns are filed and the fines are paid. And if the company does not file the returns for 2 years or more, the government could dissolve and shut down the company.
Wow, that is very severe. So is it difficult to file the annual returns?
Well, if you get a professional, such as a corporate lawyer, to do it, it is very simple. The problem is that most people do not know that they need to do this, despite receiving notices from the government.
How come?
Well, prior to the new rule in 2021, the company's accountant would just file the returns at the same time they filed your taxes. But after 2021, because of this new system, most accountants don't offer this service anymore.
Okay, so how would someone know if their past returns have been filed?
Fortunately, their corporate lawyer can look it up online. If there are any missing returns, especially those dating 2 years or more, the lawyer should immediately file all returns to avoid dissolution of the corporation.
Okay, well, that sounds good. Easy solution. Now, our last update is related to wills and estates. Recently, both our offices and the courts have found many wills written by clients themselves to be invalid. This is understandable, given that it's hard for clients to keep up with the detailed requirements of the court.
For example, where you sign the will is extremely important. According to Section 7 of the Succession Law Reform Act, the full signature must be at the end of the will.
Okay, so what happens if you sign before the last page?
Unfortunately, anything after the signature would not be effective and would be ignored when administering the will.
Wow, that is severe. Another important thing to remember is that you should not be making updates yourself on the will. Especially, do not cross out old clauses and write in new ones. If you do that, you will likely invalidate your existing will. If you're required to make updates, you should go back to the estate lawyer's office, have them make the updates, and then 2 witnesses need to sign again on the updated will.
Yes, and one of those witnesses would need to sign an affidavit commissioned by a lawyer for your updated will to be valid and effective.
Well, however, you can keep separately a list of assets and debts. While your will can be quite general and say things like, I give all my real estate to my daughter, your list of assets can specify exactly what real estate, bank accounts, and other assets you have. Since this list is meant for your estate lawyer to transfer the assets and not meant for the court to approve your will, it can be updated anytime by yourself for free without needing witnesses.
So, in conclusion, in 2024, our real estate clients should be prepared to sign legal documents in person and be aware of prepayment penalties when switching mortgages. Our small business clients should also ensure all of their annual returns are filed on time.
Our estate clients should go to their lawyer anytime if they want to update their will, to ensure their updates doesn't invalidate the existing will. Details like where and how to sign, whether there are witnesses and lawyer commissions would all make or break a will. On behalf of Verity Law, we thank all our clients and viewers for another successful year. Wishing everyone a happy holidays filled with health and happiness.